Hi. I want to say hi to Ryan Sheckler.
What's up, brother?
Nice to meet you.
You too.
Could you tell me something about your ACL injury?
Yeah, the ACL is interesting, man. It's interesting because it's such a small little piece, bro, but it actually dictates all the movement for me personally of my knee and of my leg and the movement that I need for skateboarding. So when I snapped it, it was an interesting feeling. It didn't feel too crazy. It felt like someone punched me in the back of my leg, and I didn't really know what had happened, so I kept skating on it, which was probably not the best idea, but I also had things I had to do.
Yeah.
So long story short, I ended up snapping it in half. Once I saw the MRI, it was like, okay, yeah, no brainer. I was in surgery 2 days after that. I knew it was really bad because I was just walking my dog and I stepped up the curb and it hyperextended.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, that's it. I'll go do it. But for me, the crucial decision was using a cadaver or using a piece of my own.
Yeah,
ligament.
the hamstrings.
So I used my hamstring.
Yeah, which I would also suggest.
It made sense for me. A lot of people will use the cadaver, but I don't know what your diet is. I don't know what you were doing or what the person was doing or like what their health history was, if they are strong. For me, I needed it to be, and I knew how strong I was and how I trained and how I'm sober, and like I just knew I was taking care of my body for a long time. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna use my own. Yeah, dude, the surgery went perfect. Dr. Kramer in Newport.
Editor.
Yeah,
Follow him.
He's a good guy. He's a good guy. So he did my surgery, and pretty much for me, it was like immediately into the leg machine, getting it to go, and then all I did was mentally try to connect my quad to my brain. That's all I wanted to do, was just move my quad, because he told me like once I get my quad firing, then I can actually start my process. So I got really lucky. 2 days after surgery, I was able to get it to fire.
Cool.
And so I started physical therapy, I think day 4 after surgery, and then just kind of like put my head to the grindstone, man. And over that year, I took a full year of recovery. So I took that, but I see a lot of people getting this ACL surgery and then having that high, feeling good around the 4, 5, 6 month mark.
No, too early.
And that's when it's the weakest, you know. And then they go out and they blow it out again. And for me, that was a really tough period to like really stay focused on like the bigger picture of like. Because if I hurt it again, then I'm out for another year, and I've already been out for 6 months. Like, you know, I had to play it smart, which I did. Thank God it worked perfectly. And now I have no problem, and it's stronger than ever. And I gained 20 pounds of muscle during that year of just training and getting everything dialed. And Kramer is very, very much studied, like you are, for sure. And that's what he was telling me. He was like, I like a year. Like minimum. If you wanted to go a year and 3 months with the training that you're doing, but not the activity. Don't go out surfing big waves. Like you can go longboard. You can go to the skate park, but just go roll around. Don't be doing anything crazy. So for me, it was golf. I put my knee brace on, and a lot of people would be like, well, golf is a twisting motion. For me, I just used upper body. I kept it slow just so I could keep my mind moving.
That's good.
And I actually fixed my golf swing too by doing that. So it was like, you know, and I got 6 months to golf, which I never get. So you just gotta make it work. You know, these injuries are the biggest growth moment for my life. Everything that I've done where I've made it into another level of life, spiritually, knowledge-wise, has always come from an injury. So for me, as much as they suck, and the first 2 weeks I'm pissed, but after that, I'm like, okay, I'm back in school. I use it as a learning lesson. I don't want to get hurt again. I've been hurt a lot, but I've learned so much about myself, about life, about what I believe, like my love. Like injuries are good for me. They were
growing through it.
They were. I don't want any more. I'm good. I feel like I'm good.
I understand.
When else are you gonna have the time to focus on something else? You know, all we do is skate and we train, and we're so in this mode of like, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, and then you get injured, and all of these things are off the table. So what have you been neglecting? And so I always look back, okay, well, I was neglecting that and that. Oh, maybe I'm gonna go learn that, relearn that. And it's always been a positive for me.
Rehabilitation is also preventation. So this makes it even more worth it. So
and me and my coach, we call it having money in the bank. And what we mean by that is the training that I've done for the last 8 years, the actual workouts, the Olympic lifts, the whole 9. My body understands that, like, okay, we're taking a break, but I don't forget everything, you know? So when I come back, my body's already like refiring, refixing, like everything's rebuilding again because I have all that work in the bank, you know? So it's important to start now. Like if you're a kid, start now. Start training, start like really taking care of your body, building up that storage of like memory in your body. Because when you get hurt, you'll come back a lot faster.
Thank you very much for your words.
Yeah, no worries.
And I hope and everything stays stable. Ryan Sheckler.
Thanks, brother.
Skate Dog Simon, thank you very much.
Too easy.